So former Mayor Pete and Beto O'Rourke have found themselves in the middle of the Stop Bernie movement, but watch these clips of them explaining why the man they endorsed cannot beat Donald Trump.
My difference with the vice president is that I also don't think promising that we're going back to normal is going to be a message that'll hit people well, certainly where I come from in the industrial Midwest. There are a lot of people who voted for this current president not because they think he's a good guy, but because normal wasn't working for them and they were ready to more or less vote to burn the house down. If all we have to offer is, hey, let's dial it back and go back to what we were doing, if it feels like we're looking to the past, I think that message is going to come up short when we get to Election Day.
Is Joe Biden a return to the past?
He is, and that cannot be who we are going forward. We've got to be bigger, we've got to be bolder, we have to set a much higher mark and be relentless in pursuing that.
So Pete and Beto were obviously made in the same factory of neoliberals fronting as progressive young movement candidates, grassroots candidates. These people who are wearing a mask saying, I'm here to create the politics of the future, as Pete Buttigieg says. But in reality, they're there for opportunism, careerism, and, corporatism, I guess. But you could see there Pete Buttigieg and Beto O'Rourke explaining why Joe Biden can't win. He is the politics of the past. People voted for Trump because they were sick of the old normal. And Joe Biden is a return to that normalcy that people don't really want back. The only people that want that normalcy back, truly, the pre-Obama years or even the during Obama years, because that's what preceded Trump, the people that want that back are not going to decide next election. They are voting against Donald Trump no matter what. And no offense, but if your biggest problem when you wake up in the morning is being offended by a Donald Trump tweet, then your problems are not that serious. Honestly, I know there's a big threat to our democracy, but the working people who are going to decide at next election that you got to get to come out and vote on a Tuesday. Come out and be motivated enough to vote for you on a Tuesday. Those people are not going to be persuaded by the argument that Trump is bad and we need a return to the normal because the old normal didn't serve people good. So we got to change what normal means. And that's what Pete said. That's what Beto said before they were eaten by the beast and they got a sweet call from Barack Obama telling them that their political futures would go if they did not endorse Joe Biden, and they would get a spot in the administration, which Joe Biden confirmed if they endorsed Joe Biden. So yeah, Joe Biden came out and said they will both be in his administration if he becomes president, which not happening. He'll get destroyed, demolished by Donald Trump. But, we could see what's happening. You can't trust a politician at face value. That's why someone like Bernie Sanders is so valuable. You could see his entire record of fighting for working people. Beto and Pete, if they would have went on to be successful, we would never know that they were two-faced, or that they had different sides to themselves, or that their previous statements were lying. If Bernie was never in this race, Beto and Pete do better. Maybe they're not in the corporatist wing by perception, but in reality, behind the scenes, they were always going to be that. And Bernie's like our way to, our like litmus test to like tell who is real or not in politics, because these politicians flip on a dime. All that talk about progress and moving towards a new politics was all fake. It was all about trying to get us to vote for them because that's what we want. We want a different normal. We want a new normal where the people represent power in government, not corporations. Hillary Clinton said it the best. Politicians have a public and private position, and it's obvious they wanted to sell us change and then tell their donors, the corporatists, the people with all of the power, that things will stay the same.
Every leader of a generation called a communist. They're lying about their profits in the same way that Obama did. The puppets say they're fighting for us, lying about their promises. Every 4 years graduate, no change, like in colleges.